everybody! So on the 7th of August 2017, a Twitter thread was created by Adam Ellis, and I'm going to be leaving his Twitter below. So the first tweet goes, "So my apartment is currently being haunted by the ghost of a dead child and he's trying to kill me." So in the first few tweets, he talks about David coming from his dreams and then he moved into the real world. And the first dream where he saw David was in the green rocking chair in the foot of his bed, which, in case you didn't already know, is actually in his house, actually in his room. So when you dream about stuff like that, when it's like in the real room, I feel like that's scariest. And the way that he described David was he has a huge misshapen head with a dent on his side, where later on in the story you will learn that a shelf hit him on the head. The dream goes that David was sat in the chair, he got up and then he started to shamble towards the bed, which is very similar to a recent dream he had, which was also caught on a camera, and I'll talk about that in another video. But because he couldn't move because of his sleep paralysis, he couldn't move from the child coming towards him. He says that he has sleep paralysis very often, and if that was me, I would probably never sleep. Luckily, before David reached the bed, he woke up screaming, and I feel like I would do the same. So a few nights later, he had a dream where he was in a library and a girl came over to him and asked him if he'd seen Dear David. And then he's like, "Girl, I don't know who you're talking about. Who's that? Who that? How did you ask?" And she said, "Dear David, you saw him." Girl. She continued to say that he's dead and he only appears at midnight. And then you can ask him 2 questions if you said Dear David first. But if you ask him a 3rd question, he'll kill you. So he had a few nights where he was kind of a free man and David didn't talk to him, and neither did the girl. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. And then he has another dream similar to the first one where he was kind of in the chair and Adam decides to ask him some questions. The first question is, "How did you die?" And then David says, "I had an accident in a store." And then he asks another question, "Dear David, what happened in the store?" David says, "A shelf was pushed on my head." And then he asks the 3rd question, "Who pushed the shelf?" David didn't answer. Dun dun dun. When Adam realised he asked the 3rd question, which he wasn't supposed to do, so he was doomed from the start. He woke up and he was terrified. I get scared if I ask like a question in real life. Imagine like asking the 3rd question to a thing that could kill you. So he Googled deaths in his city and nothing came up, and he was confused. And he tried different names such as Daniel, Dylan and Devon, and nothing came up. And then, you know, for another few weeks he was totally fine. So sort of randomly his the apartment above his is vacated. I don't know what that means. And he had the opportunity to move into it and it's bigger. So he was like, "Yeah boy, yeah boy, yeah boy, yeah boy, yeah boy." Another month or 2 goes by and he sort of forgets about Dear David and he's like, "It's okay, it's a dream, it wasn't real." And Adam thought David lost him and he thought he was free, so he was all good. He was like, cool. So as you know, David appears at midnight and he was creeped out because his cats were hanging by his front door at midnight, and he was like, what's happening? What's going on? I'm confused. I don't know what's going on. Eventually he looked through the peephole and he saw movement. And then he saw movement and he opened the door and there was nothing there. But his cats were like, "There's something by the door. Oh my fucking god, I can't run away, bitch." With bushy tails and stuff like that. So I think that's all he uploaded on the 7th. And I mean, just imagine living through that at the beginning, and I mean the story gets crazier. So on the 9th of August, he tells us that his animals are still staring at the door at midnight, and it's the 6th night, because I've changed. So the 6th night in a row, and I mean, if my dog was staring at the door, I'd probably just cry and be like, "Mum, can you come home?" My dog's freaking out for no reason, and it's like, I'm not having fun right now without you. So once he saw his cat like staring at the door, he was too scared to like open the door, so he took a picture. He adds the picture to his Twitter. In the picture, it looks like there is something on the stairs and they're just chilling there, like hiding. Like, if you look, you can kind of see like eyes and like a face. Once he saw that, he locked everything that he could and went to bed, but he could still hear his cat meowing at the door. So on the 10th of August, he tells us he's going to be using a sleep talk app, and he's gonna like update us. Like, the cats appearing at the door at midnight have been like a routine now, and it's like happening every single freaking night that David wants to come in his house and mess him up. The next update he kind of shows us is mostly photos, and one of them include salt around the door that the cats have been chilling by. Maxwell, one of his cats, were like really talkative that night, and he was like, Maxwell, are you trying to tell me something? Is David back? Like, oh my god. And finally we get some updates on the sleep recording app. So most of them are like pretty vague, you know, like pretty boring, like passing cars and, you know, such. So there is only one out of 33 recordings which have just static all the way through it, which, in case you didn't already know, static sounds in recording kind of tell you that there's a ghost sometimes. So most of the updates on the 11th of August are a lot of kind of voice recordings or sleep recordings, and most of them are between 2 and 3 a.m. He is so confused. He is like, what is happening? Why me? He tells us he's going to keep recording and share if he finds anything strange. So on the 14th of August, he tells us he bought a Polaroid camera. He's going to take some photos, and he was like, this is going to be cool, this is going to be cute. Like, he tells us that he didn't expect to find anything. He thought they were going to be chill and cool. So he took one, which was just completely black, in the hallway, and then he opened like a packet of new Polaroids, and the Polaroids, when they start out, are white, so it wasn't a new Polaroid, like, it didn't mess up. And then he was like, maybe I covered the lens while I took it. He shows us that, and they are two very different pictures. So he took another one in the same area, and it came out completely black again, and he was like, I don't know why I'm fucking around. Like, why am I still messing around? It could be completely logical. So, and then he tries with his iPhone and the Polaroid. So the one on his iPhone is like completely normal, and then the Polaroids are like, you know, black, like I said. I'm insanely sorry, but I'm going to be ending the video there. I'm going to be doing another video next week, and I'll have notes and such, just so that I only have the important stuff. So this is my very first creepy video, and I've never really done a creepy video. I usually just do weird videos on my old channel, which I'll link below, but I'm not going to be using anymore. And yeah, so have a good week, and I will see you fairly soon. Let me know if you want me to upload these more often. I really like looking through like the thread again now that it's like so far forward, and I like looking how things change. So yeah, let me know if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in a few days, in a few weeks. Just let me know when you want the next one. Bye everybody.